number also uses all music.
Really?
Yes.
Not the new music.
Not this.
Really?
Yep.
Sleep number.
I heard it the other night. I was like, what?
That's a problem. Yes, that's a problem.
Look at, I'm in the middle of all these
Oh,
balls.
that's a problem.
Hi.
Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
It was so cheery. I enjoyed them.
Welcome to episode 136.
I don't know how you can keep track of all this. You
Live
have it
from
written
Rams.
down
We
somewhere
are here inside Studio 710.
in the lovely
Studio 710. It's
the
now
lovely Rabs Country Lanes.
The lovely Rab, yes, for sure. So we, right before we were coming on, Naz was telling me that Sleep Number,
Uses our opening music in their commercial.
not the holiday music,
Not the
our
holiday.
traditional,
Not the one we played today. Our traditional,
that could mess you up.
well, it's weird, you know, when you're starting to doze off and you, like, I hear the music from the show and I'm like, am I supposed, you know, I'm like in a half dream world.
So you hear this, and it throws you off.
Are we on TV now?
Because you think you're sitting in the studio.
Yes. It's very confusing to me.
Oh.
But I worked it out. As we know, as we've reported before, this is not the first time this has happened.
No.
And we've had other people report to us.
That's like 3 or 4 different companies that use our music.
Again, copycats.
The first ones, I think the first one we came across was Fast Signs.
Fast Signs was the first one.
Yeah, and here we are. We're plugging all these other brands.
Yes.
For using
we should
our
have
music.
a little scroll so we can monetize, which we've been told from the beginning.
Someday.
Yes.
Naz, it looks like we're a little crooked today. Are we a little crooked today?
Does it look crooked?
I don't know.
Well, you know, we got more room. Yeah, something's going on
happening
the
here.
top there, but it's fine.
It's okay.
Our fans are good. They love us no matter how crooked we are.
We were live Monday night, so we came back. We had to reset up the set, but we were live Monday night with the draft for our scratch draft league.
As always, several people who have are not privy to being in the room on draft night got quite a kick out of it.
That was the room where it happened.
That is the room where I said that night. I said, yep, you're in the room where it happens.
Thanks, D. Hi, D. So we got awesome guests with us today.
Yes.
But a couple of things. So we were live Monday with the draft, which was awesome. We have 24 new teams. Not much change in rosters. A lot of times we have bowlers who are hurt, this, that, the other thing, in and out.
Yep, 2 in and 2 out.
That's it. Nice and easy.
And one of our ins is Frankie.
I'm back to the
He's
draft.
back in the draft.
I was a little upset that it was the first time I didn't bowl in like 11 or 12 years.
I know. But it's okay. It was 1/3.
Yeah,
it's okay.
No, I'm excited to be back.
It's 1/3.
The fastest draft ever.
That was, if every draft could go that quickly and smoothly, it would be amazing. Even with 2 people drafting online, drafting virtually. Well, you know, because
we didn't have the pressure of having to bowl
right.
Monday night. So we didn't bowl Monday night. So we didn't have that pressure that Nazareth had to get all the lineups set up in the system.
And the envelopes and getting everything ready. That's
because that just happens magically. Like nobody understands.
I'm usually the one that holds things up when the person is ready for their pick. I'm usually like, I'm not ready. Wait a minute. Let me make the change in my computer. Let me pull out the envelope and make it. So yeah, there's a lot. It's a lot.
As Jeff is helping us out and he's pushing along and he's pushing, and I'm ready, but I know you're not ready. So I try not to say I'm ready, but we spoiled them. So we have to be careful.
It's a lot of fun. It is fun. It's fun to get that group of people in the room. And, you know, there's always the inside jokes and the comments. And, you know, as teams get picked, you know, bowlers get drafted to teams. And, you know, there's always fun and frivolity.
Ronnie, welcome back. We miss you too. We can't wait to have you back in the draft.
Oh, can't wait to
Kenny Soto in his best John Canini voice. Frankie's back. So it's not 9 out.
No, it's Frankie's back.
Oh, that is too funny.
We do have a lot of characters in that league, I have to say. A lot.
Yeah, welcome to the party. So tomorrow Tomorrow we're hosting the Battle of the Schools, which is a two-part event.
It's two parts.
In the morning, our high school teams will compete against each other for the trophy with a little bit change of format to simplify things and avoid additional crossing.
Right.
And then tomorrow afternoon at 1:00 will be the Battle of the Schools alumni version.
Which is so awesome.
So for the third year in a row, if you had bowled for you don't even have to have bowled for your high school team.
You just have to have attended that school.
Yeah, and bowl now. And want to bowl.
Oh, right. Or not even bowl. Just it's so great because some of the teams span generations of people, and it's just an opportunity to maybe bowl with somebody that you bowled with in high school that you really haven't bowled with since. And I'm bowling for my high school that I coached afterwards, and it's nice to see some of the girls that I coached are gonna, come back and bowl with us, and it's just awesome.
City champions, no less.
I'm not gonna brag about our record.
I thought it's cool. Like 10 years later, you get to bowl with your friends that you bowled with then, and then to your point, you get to bowl with others. So it's a fun afternoon. So we'll be live tomorrow. We'll start off watching the high school matches, and then I'm not really sure what's going to take place in the afternoon, but we'll be here live some way, shape, or form. You get to see all the action. We'll have some fun. In this crazy world around us, Naz,
It's what craziness? What could you possibly be speaking of?
Happy Wednesday, Hillary. Today's crazy. The last couple days, crazy news. Disney's back in the headlines because Florida is open, and so now Disney has started to scale back their restrictions. Now, allowing more people on their queue lines, not skipping rows in certain rides. They've taken away the sneeze guards and dividers on some of the rides. And then I just saw before we came live. I can't show it because it's a disaster. A photo from Universal Studios where it's packed. So you want to hope for the best. You want people to still be diligent and do the things.
But you still get that kind of, oh God,
angst
when you see, when you see like people crowded in like that.
Because
at least I know I do.
Because none of that's legal here in New York, but it's certainly legal in New Jersey.
Right, because COVID doesn't.
Well, everything's legal in New Jersey.
Right. Another very good. Wow, Frank, I got to give you that one. Everything is
tomorrow. Yes, Rob, your league is bowling tomorrow night. You guys have not bowled since December 2nd. Snowstorm, holidays. Welcome back. We're still on the every other week
that's
schedule.
Right. They had the Wednesday snowstorm.
So welcome back. You get to bowl tomorrow night. You should be excited. I was excited to bowl last night, but I won't get to bowl next week. So hopefully within the next few weeks, this 10 p.m. curfew gets lifted.
That would be amazing.
And we can go back to the way that our season started. And hopefully before the end of the season, we can get back to a little bit more normalcy.
That would be amazing.
Slowly but surely, as things are
you feel like Tiny
changing.
Tim when you get the little crumbs. Thank you, sir. It's like they, when they take, and I shouldn't say they take. This is a social responsibility issue, and we're doing the best we can, and but when you feel like you get one little thing back, you're so grateful. But nonetheless, we will move forward.
Yes. Oh, and Rob's getting kicked out of his house. Hillary's very excited to get rid of her husband.
Yes.
So tonight, did I say tomorrow? I might have said bowling tomorrow night. No, you're bowling tonight. It's Wednesday.
He's not bowling tomorrow night.
Yeah, nobody's bowling tomorrow night.
We'll be locked up nice and tight.
We have our event. We close at 4:00, and then New Year's Day we open at noon with available lanes all day and all night.
Yeah.
It's been tough when you don't in this schedule. You don't bowl for a week or two. I was just having this conversation with someone at the front counter last night where they didn't bowl for 3 weeks because of the way our schedule rolls on Tuesday. It was just so nice to be back.
Yeah.
But you're not in a groove. You're bowling well. You're not. Yeah. Or if you're not bowling well, you get out of that little slump and you come back.
I will tell you what I have noticed.
What have you noticed?
I've noticed people coming in and practicing more.
Yes.
People from the Scratch League who we might not ordinarily see bowling, practicing, and from even from all of our other leagues. I just see more people practicing. So I think that's awesome.
Yeah, no.
Maybe that'll be a habit that they'll keep up when we get back to normal.
Whatever normal is.
Whatever normal is. Well, Frank, this is the greatest city in the world.
This is the greatest city in the world.
Work.
Oh, I love it. I'm just waiting. So I'm watching our guests because I'm getting ready to bring them in, and they're laughing because they. Oh, I hope some of you get the Hamilton references, and we're ramped up today because our guests are. You know what? They don't even live here, but one of them makes a point to travel often to New York to visit Broadway. Blair is a huge Broadway fan.
How could you not?
And I think, I don't really know. We're gonna have to ask Gary how this happens. But is he now a Broadway fan because of Blair? Has
he been dragged into this?
Or has Leanne created this and we don't know? Or is he? I don't know. But I feel like he's kind of been dragged along for the ride with Blair.
We need to know the details.
So our guests this afternoon are the hosts of Storm's The Morning Bolt. Which is live on Facebook on the Storm Facebook page, and the amazing team of Blair and Gary. Welcome to the party here on Live from Rabs.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. So he's got, what kind of mug you got there, Blair?
Actually, Leanne got both Gary and I these mugs for Christmas. They're both Hamilton. Mine has a ton of Hamilton quotes on it.
All the different references. So, awesome.
Yep. But yeah.
Mine is what today's all about. I'm not throwing away my shot to be live from Rabs. I'm not. This is the highlight of my 2020, maybe my life, maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
I feel bad for that. Then that's right.
I like the guy dancing in the background behind you guys that just skipped through. Oh my gosh.
That is my husband. And
yes.
Because he's so happy. He's just a happy guy.
He's a happy guy.
And especially when he knows he's on camera, he does the little extra skip. So
I like it.
I really enjoyed hearing about the Battle of the Schools that's happening tomorrow. That sounds cool. And I've never heard of like an alumni event. That's awesome.
Yeah. So the Battle of the Schools event, I was corrected 17 years ago. It started by Terry, who works here. She's our youth champion, as I'll call her. Started this to give the opportunity to our high schools, our parochial schools, and our public schools to bowl against each other, because here they have clearly separate competitions. And we built it into this Baker format event. And it stems from all ages, but the high school division is the one that really took off. And so 3 years ago, one of our friends, Michael Ruff, said, hey, we want to do this, because they graduated from high school and like, wait, I'd love to, why aren't we doing this for alumni?
Right.
And it went, the first year we had 20-something teams of fives, Baker format, just awesome. And all the things that we're talking about. And 3 years later, it's still here. We've added an element where they're bowling for money for their school's program. So top prize is $1,000 for their high school program. And however the sports program, what they want to disperse it, which is pretty cool. And it's it's a fun day of fun.
It's really fun.
Bowling with people you wouldn't normally get to bowl with.
Yeah. And just seeing people that you don't see all together in the bowling center at one time. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I love it.
Yeah, it's cool. So we welcome anybody to borrow the idea and do anything they want with it.
Before we copyright it. So get in there and
we didn't copyright our intro music, so you see how that goes.
Hey, can we talk about intro music?
Yeah.
Can Blair and I use your intro music on our show?
Your intro music is awesome.
Yeah. Hey, you know
that
what?
was our Christmas theme.
That was our Christmas music. You could do whatever you want.
Sleep Number, unfortunately, did not reach out and ask
Yes,
us.
at least you're asking. Sleep Number didn't ask. Neither did fast
So
signs.
it is fast signs, and there's another one.
I forgot what the other one was.
Yeah.
Hey, so we were talking quickly about Broadway, and Gary, I want to know where your love for Broadway comes from. Here we go.
There we go.
I'm so scared.
Superman. It's Hamilton. It's Hamilton, guys. Come on. You know it's Hamilton.
Wait,
I
I have to find.
Blair introduced me to Hamilton. I am crazy about Hamilton.
This is the guy.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, genius.
He is.
Love him.
You just like to squish his head?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stress ball.
Well, so what's really funny is this. So this came from, I can't even remember what I ordered on his actual website. And it was at the beginning of the year. And they just threw this in, like this Lin-Manuel stress ball. And I'm like, this is what I need in 2020. A, it has his face in a heart. And B, it's a stress ball. So like, what can go wrong?
That encompasses 2020.
Yeah, it does.
All there.
I don't know how I would feel if they put my face on a stress ball. That's like a food ball.
It's true. And in a heart, so it's a little weird, but it's fine.
Blair, how many shows have you come to New York to see?
I do not know that number. So basically, what happens is, and this is the reason that Frank gets mad at me every time that I come to New York and I don't come to visit. But next time, I promise.
Oh, now you
I'm
have
coming
to.
to Rabs. Yeah,
Always
I'm
next
coming.
time. It's always next time.
No. 2021 or 2022. Hopefully it's 2021.
Yeah,
but
hopefully.
I have this friend. Actually, she was my mentor in college, and she is obsessed with Broadway too. And she plans our trip. So I basically say, yeah, I'm in. And she fits in as many Broadway shows as we possibly can. So usually what we'll do is we'll arrive on like a Friday, because she's coming from Ohio. So I might do the red eye, but we'll do like matinee and evening show. The last trip, we actually on Sunday fit in, I think, 5 shows, because we did the Rockettes. And then there was a Kristen Chenoweth show that fit in between 2 shows. And so we like snuck in some like shorter shows, but it's insane. Like the last one we got to see, unfortunately, I saw shows that should have won Tonys last year, like Jagged Little Pill, which even though it's a, based on an album or whatever, it totally should win a Tony. I'm going to stand by that show.
Yeah.
We call them jukebox musicals.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Thank you, Frank. Jukebox musical. Yeah, actually, I have the playbill. I'm going the wrong way. It's right there. It's framed on that side.
I'll point to it.
Yeah, but anyway, so I don't know the answer. I think Gary does say that he went and saw Rent years and years and years ago on Broadway.
My original favorite.
I know.
My original favorite. Amazing.
Hey, guys, I am a Broadway fanatic. I'm a fan. Blair, I saw Rent live on Broadway before you were born. Just
not before.
Wait.
I know.
Before we were born.
Not before I was born.
But
that's a timeless show too.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah, totally. That's a good
Frank,
one. So.
Frank, you said that I can't ask questions today because it's your show.
It's
not our show.
Not yet. Not yet.
I can't.
We have to rein you in.
What? I have many questions. I have so many questions for you guys.
You're allowed to ask as many questions as you want. But hey, Blair, I want to know. So when you were home in Ohio, you had access to theater. Do you guys have access to as much theater in Utah than you did home?
So, and I actually worked for the theater. I do have a little background. So after college, before I went back into bowling, I worked at it was a co-op organization that worked with all the arts. So I worked with Broadway, the symphony, and everything like that. In Salt Lake, we do have a BAA stop. So eventually, after COVID is over, I am a seasoned subscriber to the Eccles Theater down in Salt Lake. And Hamilton is coming. So Gary does have an opportunity to see Hamilton live in 2021.
So,
I'm super
Gary, I'm assuming you've watched it on Disney?
I
That is
stream
how
everything.
it started.
I stream it all. I stream live from Rabs. I stream on the Netflix. I stream everywhere. I go crazy with streaming. Crazy.
Gary, it was on Disney Plus, not Netflix.
I stream there too. I'm all into streaming.
Good. You got to stream it all.
Wait, so the question, so you watched how many times did you watch Hamilton streamed on Disney Plus?
There is a story here, actually. Gary, can I tell the story?
Tell it.
Okay.
Tell stories.
So my friends back home always did Tony parties. We would have like special food that we made around the shows, and then we'd have the playbills of everything that was nominated, and we'd all go and it was like a Super Bowl party for us. We'd have a ballot, we'd all fill out, and someone would win prizes. So we didn't have the Tonys last year, and I was like, I'm doing a Hamilton party, and I'm doing it all out, right? Like I'm making themed food and all this stuff. I invited Gary and Leanne to come over because Barrett was out of town, I think. And he was, I don't know where Barrett was, but Gary and Leanne came over and everything was great. We went to play Disney Plus on my TV downstairs. Disney Plus did not play. So then we traveled to Gary's house to watch our first showing of Hamilton, in which Gary sat in complete awe.
Amazing.
And then,
right?
yeah, and then we watched it again for the second time. I think either that same weekend or the next weekend. Like Gary could not stop talking about it. Had to watch it again. So that is Gary's introduction to Hamilton.
Yeah.
A failed production.
Yeah, where his TV had to come into play. But now he's nonstop with it now.
Good reference, Blair. Good reference.
We got it in.
We should have a counter.
The way it works in Utah is that Blair comes to our house daily to eat our food, and we cook for her and care for her. And then the one time she invites us to her house, the one time her Disney Plus conveniently doesn't work, and therefore she still comes to our house. So she invites us to her house once, and we wind up back at my house, and we're cooking for her again. Again.
That does happen.
That's a shame. So, hey, Blair, if you don't mind, I just pulled a picture because I think this is really cool. So this is from the party, the Hamilton party at your place. Which obviously, you know, which did you bring all the goods? How cool is this? Look at this. Cool. She's professional. I think you should be for hire.
I don't know about that. The food was suspect at best. So I should have hired Leanne to come and cook the food, and I'll just make the decorations and make it look pretty. Because Leanne's the better chef in our group, but or Gary. Gary could have grilled the burgers, but we did have Aaron Burr Sir burgers. So
I like it. Yes.
Hey,
Gary, I want you to tell us about the Morning Bolt. So you guys came to the podcast party, and I won't say, but Naz and I believe we were probably the original bowling podcast in 2020. We started March 21st. I'm just saying, 136 episodes later. But here comes the Morning Bolt, featuring the two of you and the beautiful Leanne. And of course, some amazing guests. But I want to share, how did this come about? Right.
Well, okay. Can I tell the truth? I want to tell the truth.
We encourage truth telling.
Okay.
As we say, we keep it real here.
We keep it real.
I'm looking at my wall calendar. I was traveling. Blair and I went to a conference for digital media, which we do once a year, the very 1st of March, which was right prior to all this happening. And then the next week, I went to Reno to set up for our storm booth and work with the hotel properties and kind of get things kind of going for the upcoming USBC Open Championships. And in Reno was all this news of this virus really coming. And so on my trip home, my flight home, I just started writing, because sometimes I write like I'm running out of time. And I just was writing and nonstop writing. And I sent it to Blair, and I said, the world's totally changing, and the only way that we're going to connect bowling together is to do something we've never done and do a show. And it's not really about Storm. Our show isn't about Storm. It is the Storm Morning Bolt, but it's about bowling and keeping the community connected. And so we just started doing these shows. So I don't know officially, Blair would know because she's our official producer, but I wrote this on like March 10th, and within a week, I think we were live. So we might have snapped you off. Let's look at the.
I don't know.
Let's go to the thing, Blair. When was our first show?
The official first show with Bill and Dave was March 20th.
Oh,
Snapped you off.
Wow. So, wait. So March 21st was our first episode, and we premiered a trailer
on a couple days before.
We had an announcement. I got to look that up. I don't know if it was the 18th, 19th, or 20th. It was definitely a couple days before, because we did a couple of them.
Because it was on a Tuesday. That was the 17th.
Yeah. I don't know.
So I think it was the 19th.
We'll have to look. Yeah, we'll have to look back. But our first show was March 20th.
But you definitely premiered before we did. So.
Okay. Thank you.
Right.
No, actually, Gary did call a room where it happened like meeting, kind of. Although everyone knows decisions happen over dinner, so he called a dinner party together.
Wait. Is this, what's this? We got to zoom in. The room. I love that. The room where Gary showed us a picture.
Well,
the room where
I
it
have
happened.
the circle of trust, and then you off to the side.
That's awesome.
That's the best.
That might be better.
Trust. Oh goodness. Hey, so seriously, it's like a labor of love, like everything, right? Like what you guys do. Like it's so fun, and I'm so thankful for you guys and your show. It's awesome, and I really, really want to know if it's going to become syndicated, because unlike Blair and myself, your personalities are so awesome.
Yes.
Blair and I are a bit on the, I don't know. Blair, how would you say we are? I mean, we're amateurs.
Great.
You guys are professionals. You should be picked up by one of the streaming services, and we should be watching you like all over the platforms, because you guys kill it.
We've been referred to as a couple of hacks, which
oh no, that would be Blair and I. Blair and I are the hacks.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, we are a couple of hacks.
We definitely were. I mean, this is when we were doing this daily, it was a lot. So, that's a perfect time. Now, Gary and Blair, we don't have commercial. Well, we have commercials, but not like you guys with your fancy 2-minute commercials.
Yeah, they hit their
But that's a perfect segue, because now you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify.
I saw this in the pre-show email, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can listen to you guys all week. This is great. You're totally going to be on my podcast.
I love
podcast
it.
playlist.
When I knew we made it? When I told my granddaughter that we were on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, she was like, "What?"
That's it. Yeah, you're in.
Then I knew we're in.
Yeah,
this
That's
is
a
great.
big deal.
Blair, what we're going to do is we're going to share your links on our next show that we do. Blair, can you make a reminder that we'll share both where to tune in and listen?
Yeah. I got this.
Away, because you know what? Another thing that tweaks me, right? You ready?
If we can get Frankie to rant.
We're not ranting.
Today is not Frankie's rants. I love those.
So
cool. Let's go.
Yeah, we could have multiple shows. We could probably have a separate show dedicated to
rants.
Frank's rants. So no. Nazareth, in the height, back in March, April, we're doing this daily thing, and John Krasinski starts Some Good News, and within 2 episodes, picked up by a major network, and he's off running, making $1 million.
Such nonsense.
I love it.
Here we are working hard every day, telling the same crap. We should have been called Some Good News.
We should have. Maybe it was just a name. It had nothing to do that it was who he was.
No.
Who he is, and the people that he had access to.
Nope.
That had nothing to do with it. You're right.
It's unbelievable.
It is. Hey, I do want to be, because we do have some other daunting questions, and I know, Gary, you want to ask us questions, but you have both been with Storm for a while. Gary, you're the Vice President of Community Relations?
Yeah, that's my title today. Tomorrow, it could change.
It doesn't mean anything.
Correct. It doesn't mean anything. Yes, thank you.
Gary, but Gary, what is your favorite thing about working at Storm? How long have you been there?
Yeah.
And what is your favorite thing? And
it's just over 7 years, and I think my favorite thing is we like Mr. Hamilton. We're not going to stop, right? So whatever it is, we're going to keep pushing, and I think it's just a fun environment. And it's always the cool thing to me. The coolest thing about Storm is we are a manufacturer of bowling balls. And we happen to have a team that does it really amazing, but we never try to sell something to someone. It's always about a community. It's always about bowling. It's always about being bigger than a product launch. And so I think that's really unique in today's business world. We sell bowling balls, and we're really good at it, and we make really fantastic stuff. But we don't try to push anything on anyone. And so I think that's refreshing as a business in today's world. I think it's cool.
Yeah, so much. In this year, the world's turned upside down. So
good one.
I'm sure you've seen change in how business is done, and maybe you had to readjust somehow in how you dealt with your supply, not only your supplies on both ends, and the vendors that you sell to. I mean, it's a whole different way of being, really. Yeah,
and that's what's kind of neat. Like I would say that in the performance category, right? We are the leader in our industry. We have the best players in the world using our product. We sell the most amount of those performance bowling balls, but it's so much bigger than that, and we're still this family business, right? So Bill and Barbara Chrisman still just fundamentally believe in doing everything right for others. And because of that, I think even if I didn't work here, I think Storm's a brand that you should just probably appreciate or enjoy, even if you're not a user of our product. I don't know how anyone could say anything bad about our brand, because we just genuinely care about our industry. But beyond that, we donate and contribute to other charitable organizations outside of the sport of bowling. And so, like, when you buy a Storm product, you literally are helping other people that you may never kind of come in contact with or even know. And I think it's just cool. Bill and Barbara have done a great job building this, and I'm proud to work here. I'm just proud of that.
That's cool. And so just for the record, remind my dear friends, Bill and Barb, that they do owe us an appearance here on Live from Rabs.
Yeah.
We had scheduled an appearance. Shit hit the fan. And so just put a little reminder.
We can make that happen.
Yeah, just a reminder. She's going to go.
Yeah.
I won't say what expletive she might use. But just a little reminder. Hey, so Gary, you talk about we. Is we, you, Leanne, and Peggy?
You mean we as in Storm, or we as in my
You said you've
family?
been here for 7. You were mentioning that you and your wife have been there for how long?
Yeah, it's just over 7 years.
And best of women.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Excellent reference. Ding, ding, ding. Ring the bell. That was awesome.
And Leanne is the best wife, so she does deserve that line.
Appropriate.
Yeah,
we know. She's the superstar. We know.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll tell you what, like you guys at Rabs, you just do things and see it differently. And so that has to be fun, right? You guys are doing a show from your own studio 710, and I'm asking, like, are there other bowling proprietors doing what you're doing and have that innovative mindset? And I think we know the answer to it. So again, highlight of my year being on Live from Rabs.
You heard it here, folks. Highlight of the year is being on Live from Rabs. Tell the world, share love, make sure everybody knows Gary said it right here. I think I'm gonna clip that and then make sure we post it and send it everywhere and just put it on loop.
Perfect.
Blair, so you came to Storm not too long ago, and you're the guru. You're the communications manager officially, but the social media guru. You're behind the scene. You were originally really behind the scenes of this Morning Bolt, and then slowly but surely, it looks like Gary just kept dragging you out of your little circle, and out from the circle, Blair became the official host. But Blair, how long have you now been officially with Storm?
So Gary's nightmare began 5 years ago. And originally I was working at home from Ohio, and then a year and a half ago I moved to Utah and made Gary's nightmare more complete.
Yeah, you made my nightmare become a reality. Yes.
Yeah, it's great. So now I get to work at the plant every day, which has been it's been way better. I get to see the day in and day out stuff. A lot of stuff happens. I mean, as you guys know, like, you can't really describe to someone what happens when you work in a pretty fast moving industry. So I would be like waiting to hear what happened, and people, like, 10 things happened and no one had time to stop and say, hey, here's what happened. So it's a lot easier being there and just being able to catch the stuff. But I mean, Gary summed up a lot of the good stuff, but I will say that the people who tell your story are most important to us at Storm.
There you go. Who lives, who dies, who tells your story?
The tracker is officially 11.
Yes.
Yeah. But really, like, that is my favorite part of working there. And I do look at it like a privilege. I get to read all of the things that people say about Storm. I get to read the messages that are sent to the Facebook page. I get to interact with them, just average consumers, and to the top level, our national players. But one of my favorite things that happened in 2020 was one of the people that was watching the Morning Bolt, they named their dog Emmy after our IQ Tour Emerald. And it's this adorable little Labrador retriever. It's like the cutest dog. And now it's a little older. It was a very cute puppy. And now it's
probably not so little anymore.
No, yeah, she's awesome. But it's just amazing. Like, the things, I should not be excited to wake up every day and read the 10 to 12 messages that are waiting for us on the Facebook page every morning at like 5 a.m. when I'm trying to drink some coffee. But I am, because every day it's usually a positive thing, someone saying about a new Storm ball that they are throwing for the first time, or maybe they met one of our players, or, whatever the experience is. And I think that's what's best about bowling is the people that you meet, no matter what, no matter if you're working for a manufacturer or working in a bowling center or working, whatever you're doing, it's really the people. So,
yeah, absolutely.
I just had this conversation with someone the other night, a dear friend of ours from Long Island, Claudia Sinelli, Cece. She had reached out. We were talking, and I wouldn't be having that conversation if it weren't for the people and the opportunities that our industry has given us, right? And I know every industry has something. I can honestly say there is nothing, no industry provides what this industry provides.
Think so. Because it's not just the camaraderie amongst the actual people that work in your industry, it's your customers. And right. I just think there's such a tight-knit connection between all of that it really makes the job it makes the job special.
Yeah. The people and people ask me about our jobs all the time, and it's like the people are what make this. And for being closed for 5 months, and we talked about it almost every day, but we didn't know what day it was because we didn't see people.
We didn't see people,
so we didn't know. Right. It was Monday. No, we had no clue because we didn't see the people we normally would see. So thank you, Pam. Pam is pointing out that we are a happy bunch, truly a community. Pam, not Pan. Pam. Okay. Pam Silvestri, our dear friend, who will be back with us soon. Hey, does the office building smell? I mean, you got all those scents.
Yes.
You got all those scents coming out of the factory. There has to be, like, there's the news, whatever's being pushed out of the factory now. Is that scent coming through, or is, like, depending on where you are, different scents are permeating through the building? This sounds crazy, but for those that don't know, these storm bowls are scented.
Absolutely, yeah. And I think Blair hit it on the head there. You know, Leanne gets excited like a kid at Christmas time when a new ball is being produced, and she walks into the building and she can kind of get that aroma going, and it's cool. Like it's just fun, and it's something else that makes Storm different. It's Bill Crispin's idea to start doing that, and it's fantastic. So it does. We do have a cool scent in our building.
The fruity scents do smell stronger. So when you're walking in one day and they're making something like grape scented or cherry scented, you definitely pick that up in the parking lot, like as you're walking up to the building, and you're like, "Oh, it's gonna be a good day."
All right. So favorite scents.
Oh. I like.
I don't know, Blair.
I have one. So, and I don't know if it's because it's my favorite ball or because it's a good scent. Like, yeah, but anything Apple related. So the IQ Tour to me is a really good, like, I love that ball and I love that scent because it's like apple-y and apple pie and like Thanksgiving and Christmas. So that's mine.
And mine goes back to the Crossroad, which was like some sort
that was a good
warm
one. Yeah,
like warm syrup or something. It was cinnamon syrup or something. I don't know.
It was good.
Fantastic.
I'll look that up for you.
So the Butlers have a living room that smells like Storm bowling balls. Nazareth, what's your favorite scent when it comes to this Storm?
I kind of like the grapey scent. Yeah. That's the one I like.
Yeah, my phase 3 almost smells like a Dimetap. And it's
Dimetap. Did they still make that?
I don't know, but I used
Dimetap.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
Blair.
Blair, you're missing out. Dimetap might be the reason for the way I am. So, a little secret. As a kid, I used to drink it just because it tasted delicious.
Oh my gosh, that is
cold medicine. It tasted like it's grape. It was amazing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But the phase 3, I think the official scent is grapevine. To me, it actually smells more like white grape juice.
Right? Oh yeah.
Something my dad used to buy all the time because. You know, I have parents that when you like something, they buy abundance of it. So once you say you like it, you know, you keep getting it. And that definitely was the white grape juice. But that's what I've been bowling well with it. But it does, I do like that smell.
Well, and you know, what you just said, people do have different, based on your perspective, the scent kind of means something different to everyone. So like for me, the Snap Lock always smelled like Fruit Loops, and people would look at me and be like, "Fruit Loop, like what?" But it smelled like Fruit Loops.
Yeah, I love going into the shop and then Jimmy's drilling a ball and you're like, oh, what's that?
Oh, what's that one?
I've got this. There were so many bowling balls out in the market at one time, and so I've always lost track. Long time ago, but when I walk in, I know the scent, and I'm going, Jim, what are you drilling? And he even enjoys smelling all the different scents.
Yeah, and it's funny when customers come in, and that even people who don't know that much about bowling, for them to actually smell it, and they're like, oh wow, it's just a great gimmick. So to me, this is not a movement; it's a movement.
Oh, there we go. Good one.
Get
Way to
one
put that in
more.
right there.
Ding.
I'm just saying.
Thing. We need the sound. All right. So Gary, I know you had.
Where's your bell? You have that little bell.
My bell's inside. I wasn't prepared.
It's a Tuesday night bowling bell.
It's a Tuesday night bowling bell. So
I didn't hear it last night.
we were quiet. So we have a bet. Our team has this little side pot. So it's $5 a week. And so when you strike, if you keep the money when you strike. In order to win the money, by the end, you have to be the last one that has it, and you have to strike out. But when you miss, we ring the bell.
It's one of those call bells. It's
Yeah, well, we annoy the piss out of some people.
Yeah.
And they do it on purpose. So, yeah, I won't even go into that. But anyway, that's
fun.
what she's talking about. So, no, I don't have the bell. Gary, you guys, so on the Morning Bolt, you guys have, I know you wrote this. You wrote your script. You wrote your show. You wrote your layout of your show. You do life hacks. You talk crazy nonsense.
Hey, he wrote his way out.
Oh,
The pandemic.
Good one.
So Gary, one of my, I happened to have the opportunity to sit on this show a couple weeks ago, and the dying question, and I really want to know how this started. Okay, it's the would you rather. Now I've answered the question. You have all answered the question, but you have questions. You can ask whatever you want, but you're going to ask. You need to ask Nazareth the would you rather question.
Oh, I can't wait. Yes, let's do this. Nazareth, let's do this.
All right, I'm ready.
Would you rather be attacked by a great white shark or a tiger in the wild, and why? Why would you choose your fate?
Oh my gosh.
Right? I know.
Well, I'm gonna have to say, because I like being in the water and I like the beach, I'm gonna have to pick the shark. Oh, because I think it's gonna be quicker. I just imagine the tiger thing is gonna be more painful and more drawn out.
Yeah.
So I think
Good
the
choice.
shark is gonna be one and done.
Good choice, Nazareth. Very good choice.
I don't know So my question is, which team is winning? Is anybody picking Tiger?
Oh, it's about half and half. We actually have an actual dashboard that one of our loyal listeners had created. And it is a dashboard of all of our anyone who's like, you're going to be put into the dashboard and updated when John has time, but he's been busy the last couple of weeks. So he has not had an opportunity to update and give us the latest results. It goes in spurts. Team Tiger was killing it before Christmas. Everyone was on Team Tiger. And since Christmas or right around there, it's gone back to Team Shark, which was the leader before. It was like Team Shark, then it was a tiger, then it was a shark. And apparently we are on the shark bandwagon right now. So
thank you. Because I like to overanalyze things. I wonder if that's people's state of mind, like at a certain time period. Like I don't know. I'm gonna think about that.
I just want it to be done.
We have had so many funny little responses. Like we have had the great coach and our friend Mike Jazz now. Everyone's given two. You're given two choices. You're either shark or tiger, and he goes off script into like he picked a lion And Martin Larson was funny. He said he picked tiger, and we asked him why, and he says, well, I think a tiger's cute. I would just go cuddle with it. Like, that is fantastic stuff. Like Martin Larson cuddling with a tiger that wants to maul him.
Right. That to me would just draw things out.
So this has inspired today's meme of the day. Am I a tiger shark now?
I love that.
That is the coolest thing ever.
Very good.
Yeah,
I don't want that. I don't want that tiger shark.
No,
I don't want that
no. But you know what? Okay, I'm sorry, but go ahead, Blair.
What did you pick?
I'm Team Shark. I want it over with.
Yeah.
Because I think with the tiger, I think it's also one of the things that you're going to try to fight back.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I think he's going to maybe drag you into the woods.
Yeah, no.
And
just do it. The shark wants me, wants my blood. Just if I'm going, just take me.
Yeah.
Just take me.
I'd just like to say welcome to Team Shark. It is a very nice team to be on. But no, what I was going to say was if you watch the Morning Bowl and if you listened closely to the way Gary asked the question, he asks that question the same way every time. Like, it is a legit thing now. And one time he was gone and I was asking the question or something and I asked it wrong. And he literally, like, when he came back, he was like, listen, if you're going to ask this question, you have to do it like this.
Oh.
You know, these are the things you have to deal with when you've got a very pushy host, Blair. You know, you can't just be
I'll tell you.
producer, you know?
I do
can
have
I ask a question?
No, hang on. I have a sequel. Wait.
I have my hand up first.
You'll laugh when I say this. So the sequel to Live from Rabs and the Morning Bolt is the Frank and Gary rant show, because that would be you both, like both of you go on rants, and I would love to watch that.
My rants are not healthy. Mine are not healthy, and it would be comical to listen, but I can't. We would have to be like in a separate subscription show that is not because it would come out bad. It would come out.
I'd pay. I would pay.
So I always feel bad because I'm always like the reasoning one, like, you know, and Frankie starts ranting. I always try to, well, you know, maybe there's a reason why that happened. He's like, no, there's no reason why this happens. It's ridiculous. I don't know. Well, so that's how our rants pretty much go.
I have my question still.
Oh, wait. Sometimes, Gary, you just have to talk less and smile more.
Yes.
Ding.
Gary, it's all. The floor is yours. You can ask away.
Okay, I'm really intrigued in the before you brought Blair and I on, I was enjoying your morning chat, and I want to know how I can be in the draft so I can bowl at Rabs. I want to be in the draft.
Draft is pretty funny.
You're going to have to fly across the country to Rabs and bowl every Monday night in our scratch league.
Can I send Leanne?
Absolutely. We would love to have Leanne.
Yeah, she can bowl as a sub pretty much every week. It's unlimited.
So the league is split. You could come in and even sub. So the league is split in 3 groups, A, B's, and C's. By average, take the list top to bottom, divide it out by 3. Each team has to have one from each group. So, you know, Gary, you might fall into the C's and Leanne will fall into the A's. So I think that works perfect.
Hey, I got a funny one for you guys. Can I tell it? Can I please tell this?
Oh man.
Wait, okay. Blair, can you tell it?
I want to see all of your smiling faces. So we started this new program for any youth. It's totally free, and we don't care what brand you like, but we have this new evolution program, and it's tiered so that the lessons that the athletes get speak to whatever level they're at or their journey in their game. And so there's tier 1 and tier 2 and tier 3. And it really is not so much about the physical skill, but it's all the other stuff, the technical stuff and there's a whole bunch of criteria that Leanne and Blair and myself came up with. And Leanne, when we were putting the athletes into the tiers, she was saying, well, what tier would I be in? And I said, well, you'd be in tier 3. And she goes, what are you talking about? I go, yeah, you and Pete Weber would be in tier 3 in our program, which is the level when you first start. Now, they're both, of course, in the Hall of Fame. But here's the thing. They don't know anything about anything. They're just really good physically and talented athletes, and they're amazing. And I'm not taking anything away from them. But look, Leanne can't tell you what an RG is or a differential, and neither can Pete. It is what it is. They would be in tier 3, and they're in the Hall of Fame, the 2 of the most accomplished players in our sports history. And they would be, as a kid athlete, in with my son, who's 11 and averages about 140.
So and he just got in trouble.
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe not the...
I shouldn't have gone there?
But it is a great lesson for youth bowlers to understand that there are levels of knowledge and how important that is, if you don't happen to have somebody that can kind of guide you in the right direction. So, I always, it's funny because, you see so many different coaches, and certain people that coach because they want that kid to turn around and look at them and ask them, well, what do I do now? But if I'm doing that, I'm not really doing my job. I should be teaching you to make your own decisions and teaching you that, this is what you should be doing and this is what you should be thinking. On the other hand, there are some people that really don't want to be bothered with that stuff. I know lots of people, high-level bowlers, that just want to say, just tell me what ball I should be using. This is what I have. This is what's happening on the lanes. Just tell me where to throw it and what ball to throw. And they will kill it.
And by the way, the kids today are way ahead of everyone. I mean, it's unbelievable. And I don't know if it's YouTube or if it is like the coaches that they work with, because I think there's some phenomenal coaches out there that are giving these youth athletes way more resources than there ever were before. Absolutely. But they are way ahead of normal knowledge.
So on Live from Rabs, in 136 episodes, we've had a lot of guests, including Carolyn and Del Ballard. Del's been now behind the scenes as a tour rep. Chuck Gardner was on the show. Doug Kent, and from their perspective, they could tell. You talk about Pete. I mean, they could all tell stories from their perspective about athletes. And on the show, they allude to it. We didn't push too deep, but you could tell there's certainly something to that. But then you're also the teacher, and you don't. It's no different. Sometimes I feel like it's no different than the kid who's bowling and has to turns their head around and looks at dad, and dad's like, "What are you doing?" So those guys are our mom and dad out on the tour. But you know what? That stuff's I know a little bit. There's only so much one can retain, but everybody's mind works so differently.
Right. There are some people that are very technically gifted.
Yes.
And I always marvel at good coaches who have that coach's eye that can see it so clearly when, I really feel like that's something I really have to work on. But I mean, you talk to coaches, they're like, oh, come on, you can't see that. And I'm like, well, now that you said it, I can see it. But, I love that there's a balance of that. And because I do think in addition to the technical, I mean, there are other things that need to be brought to the game, the mental part of the game, which the higher you get up in the competitive level, like how important is that to be mentally focused and clear? And listen, go ahead. I'm sorry, Blair.
No, that's the cool thing about this program that Gary brought up is that each tier it's kind of like your starting point, and it's not really like it's not like a ranking or anything. Like, it's just simply, this is where you're starting, and you can move up from there. And it's just a way for us to understand how much information we can give to you. And then in this program, it's not just about bowling. It's about learning what you can do for your community, learning academically what you should be doing, and making sure that you're on track to your grades are good, because we know that a lot of these kids want to go and bowl in college. But then they get to their junior year and the colleges go, okay, what's your GPA?
Yeah.
And they're like, wait a minute, I just want to bowl. And it's like, no, there's more to yeah. So Gary and Leanne really came up with this awesome program, and it's a great way for kids to kind of learn the balance of life.
I would love to hear more about this.
So,
I would love
name of the program, and where can we find information?
Yeah.
Blair, go for it.
It's the Evolution program, and I will send you guys a link, Frank, because right now it is on our website, but it's kind of buried because we're going through a website redesign. But it's on our Storm Junior Bowling Facebook page. So there's a video pinned to the top. There's an application and a program book that is available. And then hopefully in January, there will be a whole part of our website dedicated to just the Evolution program.
So I want to tell you what this is so cool about this program is that it is totally not about Storm, right? Storm,
right.
We're the ones doing it. But if you happen to be a Brunswick kid, you can be in this program. It's okay. We're good. We're just going to share some of our team of experts. Our tour reps are involved. The people that we have at headquarters are going to be contributing to just give both the youth athlete and their legal guardian or parents are also getting the information. So they're all getting all of our information we can give them. It's not to replace their coach at the local level. Nope. It is just to totally bring the bowling community closer together and give them good information so that they can not throw away their shot.
Again. Wonderful.
I can't count. We've already counted that.
Oh, yeah, you have to be more original.
Oh.
So our reference tracker is at 15. I'm just saying. And so our friend, Linda Schott, I don't know if you're still listening, but we love and miss you too. Yeah. Linda has been tuning into us since day one. Best of 2021. I hope to see you then, because we know you'll be back.
Yes.
Oh, good one. That was one.
That was a good one.
I like it.
One of my favorite parts of the show. One of my favorite parts.
That he really is. That is an amazing. That's an awesome role.
That's Leanne's. That is Leanne's favorite character, by the way. Bar none. It's her favorite.
I'm sure you saw in that where he spits when he speaks. Oh my gosh, that is.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
You know, we all sing. If you've ever, and I mean, I'm not saying we sing good, but we always sing in the car and whatever.
I was gonna say.
If anyone has tried to sing like he does, you're going to spit all over the place too.
I have no doubt. But the focus on it makes it so funny.
Yeah.
I mean, that called attention to why choir practice can't happen during COVID, right? Like,
there you go. There it is.
We love to go to the theater, and I am not a front row sitter for a few reasons. One, my neck hurts.
Yeah.
I like to see everything, and I don't want to be spit on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because
that's a norm.
Number one right now.
It just happens. Hey, so we have these awesome people on the show, and you know, this is also a first time for us here on Live from Rabs.
It is our first.
That we are doing an in-show giveaway. And so Live from Rabs watch and win, because you've never seen that before. And so we're posting a link. It's on our Facebook page already. We'll remind folks to go and check it out. But you could win a Storm Bowling prize pack that includes this awesome new bowling ball, the Proton Physics.
Yes.
Good job.
very funky, which smells like frosted cupcake.
Oh my!
It smells really good.
Yeah. So Blair and Gary, the survey. There are 2 questions in this survey. One is somewhat of a trick question. I'm throwing it right out there. And then the other one, we want people to know that they've had to watch and hear the mystery word. You want to provide the mystery word?
Go, Gary.
Blair, this has to be you. You do Blair's question of the day every day on the Morning Bolt. You got this. This is all you.
Mystery word. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
Blair, look at my cup.
All right, fine. We'll do it. The word is shot.
Ooh. All right, you heard it here. The mystery word is shot.
It works for bowling. It works for Hamilton.
It absolutely does.
Yeah, because you're just not going to throw away your shot right at the chance to win.
Never.
Okay,
you heard
awesome.
it here. So check out the link. You can win a brand new bowling ball and some prizes, including we've got some pretty cool Storm things, including an autographed photo of Norm Duke.
Very cool.
Was on the show. He's an awesome friend of ours.
Yeah.
And you never know who's going to wind up showing up here on Live from Rabs ever.
Never know. That's why you got to watch.
You truly never know. So we want everybody to check out the contest. You have until New Year's Eve to New Year's Day to fill out their chance to win. And then live on the show next week, we will do a random draw. We'll do the prize wheel, Naz. We'll use that little fancy prize wheel.
We have utilized that prize wheel for many different things.
Yeah, just like everybody else on Facebook. So at random, we're going to pick a winner live on Facebook. Where we have our special guest, Principal Ryan Millis, is going to join us next week.
Is he coming? I love him.
One of our favorite guests. Because now we have 2 new favorite guests.
We do have 2 new favorites.
And before we go, I have. Should we try to? I think we should. We have a trivia, and I'm sure you've seen this, but I'm wondering if you haven't, or if you have, if you cheated. We're going to put your
I haven't seen this
to the test.
Oh, come on, that's so easy.
So, I don't know which one of you wants to answer first, so we can go round robin here. I haven't even looked at this.
I love this. Okay, so the question is, which 2 characters were played by the same actor? Blair nails this, and she has tried to teach me. She's tried.
Gary, what do you think it is? This is an easy one. You can do it.
This should be easy. I was thinking Aaron Burr and Lafayette, but I don't know.
No, remember Philip Hamilton when he shows up later.
Right. Correct.
Yeah, I got it wrong. Am I kicked off the show
Burr.
now?
Wait. Aaron Burr is Leslie Odom.
Yeah, he's kind of big in the show.
Yeah.
He's big in the show.
All right, so Blair gets a point there.
Okay.
All right. Naz, read the question.
I'm sorry. I get goosebumps.
Read the question.
What was Eliza's proudest moment?
Proudest achievement.
Proudest achievement. I'm sorry. Proudest.
I got this. I got this. It's
right,
the orphanage in New York City.
The orphanage.
That song makes me cry so much.
Oh, isn't it amazing? Yeah. And then in the show, in the trivia, they talk about how when she's on stage, that she steps forward and she steps out of the production. And when she does that she cries at the end. And that's why she cries.
Nazareth
really steps away from the production.
Nazareth, you have just awarded yourself you can go see a show with me now because you know that fun fact.
Oh, I watch way too many YouTube videos.
Oh, I told Gary that fact. It's like the third, or you're opening the wall. They're opening it, and she can see everything. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. In the song "Stay Alive," Who sings this line? Washington cannot be left alone to his devices.
Indecisive from crisis to crisis.
Who's got it?
I can hear his voice in my head.
Yeah, I
can
can hear
too.
this. I can hear this in my head too.
I think it's
I'm not saying it.
Go ahead.
I think it's Charles Lee, but I'm not sure. Yes. I'm being tested and I'm okay. Yes. Okay.
All right. Oh, citizen alert. Car fire. Whoops.
Oh, there's no machete.
There's no machete. So, hey, quick. So our citizen alert in 2020, the most commonly used weapon has been a machete. Okay, here in New York City, the
Welcome to New York.
commonly used weapon has been the machete. Just sharing. I don't know if you guys pay attention to citizen alerts.
They might. Do you
even
No,
have
I don't think we have that in Utah.
Yeah, you
We
might.
live in Utah.
check it out just in case. You always know what's going on. Always.
We'll hear that a deer walked across the street.
Yeah, deer.
That'll be the citizen alert.
A little deer doe.
We have wild turkeys running around the hole. Hey, Blair, this question is
another
for
easy
you
one.
to read. It's an easy one.
Yeah, Gary loves this. Which of these is not one of the 10 dual commandments?
I think it's number 7.
3. Have your seconds meet face to face. Number 6, leave a note to your
it's
next
7.
of kin.
No, it's
Number
7.
7, confess your sins. Number 2, if they don't, grab your doctor.
Yeah, I don't
okay.
think it's 7. 7.
Blair?
Yeah, it is 7. That Gary's
Yes.
right.
I think is it not number 7?
Wait, have your seconds meet
Wait,
face
wait.
to face.
Yeah, that's a thing.
One of them
If they
is not one of the
Wait.
10 dual commandments.
Yeah.
Is it the doctor? Because they have
You
to have a
don't.
doctor.
No, you have to have a doctor on site.
No, yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely one of
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
It's confess your
I
sin.
think it's number 7.
It's
Am I
confess your
wrong?
sin.
It's
Final
number
answer.
They don't grab your doctor.
I
Wait,
thought that might be
number 2.
worded wrong.
Are they
I don't-
numbered wrong?
First of all,
Maybe
is
they're
this
not
a,
wrong.
is this
The
a
word is
regulation?
Leave a note. Maybe they just say leave a note for your next of kin because it's definitely in the song.
It's not one of the commandments.
That's what I'm saying.
Trick
Maybe it's not
question.
numbered.
Trick question.
Yeah, that's tricky. Tricky.
You just ruined Gary's day, Frank.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I believe I'm a little crushed.
All right. By
Oh,
what
he's
age
Googling it.
was Hamilton placed in charge of a trading charter?
Oh, this is deep. By what age was Hamilton
13.
placed?
13.
Is he Googling it?
She might be.
No.
Are you Googling?
I got a note from my wife. She texted me.
You're on vacation. You're not supposed to be at work.
13. I don't know the answer to this one, actually. I'm not sure. We'll go with Gary.
I'm not sure. It's got to. I mean, he's a teenager, so it's thrown in the air. So, Gary, you said 13 also?
Yes, sir.
Nazareth?
I'm going to think it's 13.
Wrong.
14.
14.
Wah, wah.
1 year.
All right. Blair,
Oh
you
my
have
God.
Oh, this is a good one.
I know this one.
56.
Songs are there in Hamilton in total? Did you
56.
listen to the album from top to bottom?
To me, it's one big song. So I
Yeah.
have no perception of this.
I have never actually. So I was told that now the way that I started listening to the soundtrack was I had to break my rule of listening to a soundtrack before seeing a show. I was told you have to listen to this one. So, and I just started listening to it from top to bottom. So I actually have no idea. I'm like you, Nazareth.
I'm the
It's
same
one,
way. I
one
always listen to the whole thing, which Frankie can attest to because he's across the office from me. And yeah, so I just listen to
46.
46.
There you go, Gary.
All right. I think there's only a couple questions left here. Longest song in Hamilton.
It has to be nonstop. It has to be that. That's my answer. Nonstop. It's one of my favorites.
I'm going to agree with Blair.
6 minutes and 25 seconds.
Yeah,
long.
because just so many things come in on that song, I think.
Yeah.
That's why it seems like it's a long song.
All right. Finish the lyric. I stop wasting time on tears. I live for another.
50 years. I vote.
Yep.
Right.
What I say.
Yep.
That's my guess. Yep. There she is again, Eliza. Sorry.
Naz, go ahead.
What song do Aaron Burr, Thomas Jefferson, and James Madison all sing together in Anger and Jealousy?
Ooh.
We know Cabinet Battle
Cabinet-
number 2.
Cabinet Battle number 2, is it right?
Or the room where it happens.
Gary, you need to come on.
I need to brush up on this. I had Cabinet Battle number 2.
Well, listen. Do you do have Disney Plus, so you can watch it? You know, go home.
I will.
You have an
I will.
assignment today from the show to watch Hamilton a couple times over the weekend.
This has happened to be one of my favorite songs too. Do you know the answer to this? Blair, do you know the answer?
I mean, it unless we know, I can hear those words. That's the name of a song, right? Like, we know kind of thing.
The answer is
Or is it Washington on Your Side? Oh, that is a great song.
Oh, yes, David.
It must-
Something too.
Yeah.
All right,
What-
good. All right.
All right. Who did Washington tell to shut the door on his way out during Right Hand Man?
Oh, awesome! This part of the show, he disses him so bad at this point. It is. I almost actually felt a little bad for Aaron Burr at this point. I mean, when you watch the show, I think I feel a little bad about Burr because he was really kind of being true to who he was, and he made a really stupid decision at the end out of anger.
All right. How old was Philip Hamilton during Take a Break?
He's 9 years old today.
Ding, ding, ding.
Oh, and then when he counts,
Oh.
he only counts up to 9.
We could have spent the whole hour just on this. Jesus Christ. All right.
That's a long quiz.
Who started singing It's Quiet Uptown?
Is it Angelica? Or is it Peggy?
And Peggy.
What?
I think
it's Peggy.
I think it's
Eliza.
Angelica.
It's Eliza, isn't it?
Because isn't Peggy gone by that point of the show?
Oh yeah, because she becomes
I'll be back.
What's the Reynolds? The Reynolds girl. Gary just left us.
Correct. That's fine. Right.
So your guess?
I'm trying to listen to the beginning of the song.
Yeah, me too. I for some reason
You got to make a commitment.
I think it's Angelica.
I think it's Angelica too.
Oh.
She's my favorite character. So I kind of pay attention.
Okay.
Great
We got-
character.
Well, here.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Second to last question. How many essays did Hamilton, Madison, and John Jay write in total?
Hamilton wrote the others. I'm sorry.
Hamilton wrote the others. So if Hamilton wrote the others, how many others were there?
all together?
All together. How many
Yeah,
did they-
all together. I thought Hamilton wrote. How many did Hamilton write? He wrote the other 51.
Yeah.
51.
I think it's
Yeah.
85.
Yeah, so say it out loud, Naz.
I think it's 80. I think it's 85.
Let's go with it. 85.
I'm
I
starting
like
with
it.
Naz here. 85.
Yep. Very nice. Teamwork.
Because they wrote like 20. They wrote like 10 and 5 or 15 and 5. And Hamilton wrote.
Yeah.
All right. Here you go. Last question.
Oh, everything is legal in New Jersey.
Where did Burr and Hamilton duel?
Was it Weehawken?
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody
Weehawken, Dawn?
gets Weehawken, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Gone.
Listen, my dad is actually from New Jersey, legitimately, but I have very little, we've never really went back there because my family moved up to Massachusetts and New Hampshire and everything. But anyway, everything is legal in New Jersey. So very fun.
That's not that far from the truth.
Well, and that's especially now because we can't have nice things here. We can't have nice things here in New York. So we can't dine indoors here, but we can go right over the bridge to New Jersey and dine.
Well, Frankie.
Hey,
Look at where we are and look at where we started.
oh,
The fact that we're alive is a miracle. Just stay alive. That'll
Very
be
true.
enough.
Hey, did you know?
well,
So
well done.
So Blair, here is a Staten Island trivia for you, Gary. Did you know that Aaron Burr died here on Staten Island?
Burr, sir.
I didn't.
Yeah, at the age of, he had to be like late 70s,
I think
80s.
he was early 80s or late
Yeah.
70s.
Look at that. You just learned something new.
I did do so. Gary has just entered this Hamilton universe this year.
He didn't have a
has,
real job anyway.
You tried. Good try. There's a reference, but go ahead. So Gary's just entered this universe, but when I entered in, and I didn't enter it, I unfortunately did not enter it during the original Broadway cast era of Hamilton, which I'm so sad now because I had no idea, like until I saw the movie on Disney Plus, because I was excited to see it, but oh my goodness, they were incredible.
Yeah. But I think even if you look at original cast, even Rent, I think, was kind of the same way. When you look at how many incredible stars came out of that original cast, it was really like a jumping off point for so many people.
Yeah. So anyway, but I did do some history. Like after I got through, Gary's in the phase where you're just totally into the show. Like you're just 100% like, I can't stop listening. I want to watch it a million times. I like
level 3. So you're going to be moving up to level 2 soon.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So that's the level he's at. But I did. So my dad and I were driving to New Hampshire for my grandma's funeral, and we were driving through somewhere, and there was a sign for the Schuyler House. And I, of course, was listening to Hamilton nonstop. And my dad is like, he's like, what are you talking? It cannot be the same Schuyler.
New York, I think.
Yeah, it cannot be the same Schuyler sisters. He's like, no way. And so he Googles it and he's like, because I wanted to pull off. I wanted to pull off the Schuyler House. And I'm like, we are doing this. Like, I have to stop. And he's like, we don't have time. Like, we have to go. Come on. Like, it's not the same Schuyler. He's like, no way. So he Googles it. He's like, I don't want to tell you that it was totally the Schuyler. I'm like, yeah, what are the chances? It's spelled exactly the same. Like, it's so, but we did. I was, again, the first time I went to New York, I was obsessed with the soundtrack, and I was walking past Trinity Church, and I made my friends stop because I'm like, that's where they're buried. Like, so we went in. So that's the future levels, Gary, you can look forward to.
Yeah,
I do look forward to
videos. You can learn all about the music and why they use certain rhythms in some of the it's deep. It's like the deep state.
Wait, can I one fun fact, and then I will let you guys go. And I don't know if Frankie knows this. Okay, Frank, do you know the last 5 years reference in Hamilton?
The last 5 years reference. Go ahead.
Do you know that musical? I'm gonna have to look at. Hang on. It's in there. Hold on. I don't remember the song right now though.
There were so many references that he put in that show that
is it one of his musicals?
No, it's actually a part. Have you ever seen The Last 5 Years? If you haven't seen The Last 5 Years, you have to go and watch it.
Okay.
And you can watch the movie.
Okay. Yeah,
there's a movie with Jeremy Jordan and Anna Kendrick, which is not as good as the musical.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, you go watch that and you'll hear the reference in that movie that Lynn put into Hamilton.
All right. I'm in. We like this.
His brilliance is a whole nother level.
That's so nice of you to say something like that.
Yes,
about me.
I was talking about you.
We're talking about Lin-Manuel Miranda, duh. Hey, Gary, so you're gonna come. You're gonna bring Leanne. You're gonna come bowl in the draft league, and then we're gonna go to Broadway.
Yeah,
we're gonna
I
make
know.
sure you experience everything you can. The crazy thing, we've talked about this a little bit over the last 9 months, whatever, how long it's been these now. How Broadway is almost non-existent, is really non-existent at the moment. But the shows that were supposed to open, that didn't open, some of them that have now officially closed.
Yeah.
It's sad in a way. And I'd gotten to this a few weeks ago to go check out the tree with my dear friends who we were here on the morning bolt with, and it was so empty. But
Little sad.
we shall see, because the Tonys that whole Tony thing is disappointing. You had 3 shows really in contention. It's just a shame.
Yeah.
So I can't wait for Broadway to come back. But Gary, in New York, you're going to be a new man.
There it is. Very good, Frank.
Gotta fit one in.
Nice reference.
I have a whole plan that I've been writing while we were on the show, because I'm writing like I'm running out of time. And I picture that Leanne and I fly in on a Monday and we get there in the middle of the day, and then we directly come and Leanne bowls league while I just enjoy a cold beverage. And then the next day we come back to Rabs for mimosas around noon, and a pregame kind of warm up for the Tuesday night show that we're all going to go see.
With the bell.
I like
Is that good?
I'm in.
Why can't I come on this trip? Why?
Well,
did
Blair,
it-
it's obvious that you're coming on this trip. We're going to Broadway, but we'll all
Yes,
get to
I'm
watch
excited.
Leanne bowl in the draft league.
So
yeah,
hey,
I want to see that.
we've overstayed our welcome here, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us. I love this. I mean,
Well,
we could keep talking.
This touches the Nelson Figueroa length.
It does. Nelson Figueroa could talk for days. But the mimosa thing, Gary has a burning question. He'd like to really wanted to know, how many mimosas is it too many by noon on a weekday? How many is too many?
Oh, I don't.
I think to Blair answered the question, there's never too many, first of all.
Yeah.
And when I was with you guys last, they had asked if we were talking about our favorite shows. And I did say that Hamilton is not at the top of my list.
Not.
And so prior
Top of
to Nazareth, well, it's now at the top of Nazareth's list too. She still hasn't had the
Still
opportunity
haven't seen it live.
to go see it live. She would have by now if Broadway
Well,
wasn't
I
shut
was
down.
on the lottery list
Yeah.
every day
Yeah.
for 3 years.
So
Never got.
one of the shows came up, and even and my favorite show happens to be Phantom, and it's for different reasons. It's the state. It's really the whole
Yes,
production.
the production.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And so Hamilton lost a couple points. So prior to Hamilton, I'd come to work, and for the longest, Nazareth, if you get into a music kit, I think all of us do, you listen to the same thing over and over and over and over. So when I first as a kid listening to Nazareth, and it's Rent. She's obviously going to see the show. She saw the show, Rent every day. And my brother, Anthony, who was working here at the time, said the same thing. All she did is listen to Rent. And then she's going to go to a concert, and then she's going to listen to that music over and over and over.
have
And then
to
it was
immerse.
Phantom.
Oh,
And I think you spent more time listening to Phantom than you did Rent. But now Hamilton has
far out. Yes, it
outreached
surpasses.
where her daughter, her mother, and her husband want to unplug the speakers in the back of the pro shop.
I hadn't
Just
listened
saying.
to it that much.
It's been a while, but now you're going to.
Yes, now.
So your favorite show is Hamilton, but is that
what shows that I've seen productions? I definitely have to say it's probably Phantom, just because of everything about it. It's to me, it's like the complete show. It's the music is amazing, the story is amazing, and the production of it is just incredible. Everything that happens in that show, the chandelier, everything.
I had the opportunity to get on that stage, which is pretty cool. So Blair, if it's not Hamilton, what's your second favorite musical?
So I think I need to see Phantom again, because I did not enjoy it, but I saw it. I think I was up in the balcony.
Can I do this?
I think that, like, I'm not sure.
I'm picking up the screen on purpose there.
I understand. Like I don't. Everyone loves Phantom, and I think that everyone talked about the chandelier, and
Were you when you were in the balcony, right? Were you towards the front of the balcony or more towards the back?
towards the back. The back.
I want to.
You can't appreciate
I've seen it. I've seen it 3 times. The best time was actually the first row of the balcony because you really get the feeling of the chandelier, and you can actually see all the production on stage. So
okay, I'm doing it. I'll see Phantom. I'm giving Phantom a second shot. Okay, all right.
The scene that does it for me is Masquerade. The staircase. I mean, that is the scene that really sets the stage for a lot. And the chandelier. I have to say, we were very spoiled going to see the show. Jeremy Stoll, who plays Phantom, is a friend of the family through my brother, and we saw him in New Jersey. He says, "Come see us."
Yeah,
and that was my first time seeing it on stage.
Yeah,
we had these amazing house seats, and it's cool. One, not even just to know him, but to be able to then go on stage, go backstage, touch the mask,
just see the whole thing,
see the chandelier still sitting on the stage. But then the best part of that experience truly was meeting his makeup artist, who's been there since day one. And she's trained her sister, and it's just a cool story. But to me, that show, because of the production value, and we've seen a lot of different shows, and I could argue shows like Wicked, which is value,
great also.
Yeah, totally. Wicked, yeah,
amazing. And that's in the top. That's in my top also. Yeah. But when you really look at what happens, that's to me why it trumps Hamilton slightly.
Well, it's to me,
it's so different.
It's different.
As an American history person, I mean, I appreciated the show as I'm sitting there. My mother's the one who talks through a movie. So we're sitting there, and I did it to her because she's asking me questions. Stop asking questions. Wait to the intermission. Let's talk. Anyway, Gary, wait, quick. I'll come back.
No,
Blair,
wait. Yeah. So my favorite, okay, I'll make it kind of short, right? I have trouble making things short, as Gary knows. Wicked is in my top. Yes. Wicked, Hamilton. But my number one show, actually the poster is right there, is Once the Musical. Right there. That one. It's autographed. Once.
I didn't see Once.
Okay.
I haven't
see that either.
I know the story, but I haven't seen Once.
Here is why I love it, right? The show is very simple. It's a guy and a girl. That's it. The cast, actually, they are all musicians. And they're on stage the entire time. They move the set around. It's all in the entire time. The music is beautiful. And before the show, you actually get to go up on stage. They make the set a bar, and you go up on stage, order a drink, and then you're like sitting down. The cast, all the musicians are playing. It's like you're entering a bar, basically. So you're part of it. And then as everyone enters the audience, the lights dim. So it just kind of starts. Like, it's just a really cool experience. And that's my favorite show. Yeah.
Moulin Rouge has that amazing set too.
Yes.
Where you want to be welcomed onto that stage. And there's a pre-show. It's really cool. All right, Gary. So if it's not Hamilton, your favorite production?
Well, I think you guys touched on something unique is the production value. Like when you go there, right? When you, like Blair was just describing with Once, or you guys were describing with Phantom, which I did see in San Francisco. I took my grandma. It was fantastic. But the one that, for me, that tops it, I mean, Hamilton, the music to me is brilliant. It is the most well-written piece of music. I don't know how you'd call it, but there's so many layers to it. It's awesome. Production value, hands down, my favorite show, Live from Rabs. It just kills it. Production value, the cast, the crew, the music. It's all fantastic. Live from Rabs wins. Hamilton is a close second.
There's your next clip, Frankie. There it is.
Totally jumped the shark with that one, Gary. Real nice.
We're gonna
yeah. Hey, my favorite play happens to be Love Letters, which is a 2-person show.
Yes.
I happened to see it with Carol Burnett and Brian Dennehy.
Shake it off.
And yeah, it was pretty cool. But The person I went to see the show with fell asleep.
Who was it?
Oh, so
Yeah,
and it's a shame because it's written really, really well. It could be, but you have to appreciate writing. Like so, for I've watched my brother write and produce and do his thing, and so you pay attention. You learn more and you pay attention to more, and you know how much work goes into it. I mean, it's an old show, so when the opportunity came up, we had gotten tickets through a lottery, whatever it was. And it's like we're gonna free tickets. We're gonna go, and I have to say that was probably my favorite play. So I can't wait. We can't wait for the theater to reopen.
Yeah, we really can't.
Agreed.
Anyway, hey, this has been fun.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us today. This superstar team of Gary and Blair of Storm's Morning Bolts, which their half-hour show looks just very similar to this, filled with other nonsense, right, Gary?
Yeah, it is nonsense. It's total nonsense.
Including life hacks. So on the Storm Bowling Facebook page, check them out. Hey, what are your official days? You're not on 5 days, but when are you on?
It was when we started the first few months, we were doing 5 days in the morning, plus some afternoon shows, plus we did an evening show, which was a game show. And now we have settled in on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 9 o'clock here in Utah, which is Mountain Time. So 11 o'clock your time, 11 a.m.
That's a nice.
Yeah, you guys compete with the governor here for a little while.
Yeah,
so,
on certain days.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Oh, that's right. He is on Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
So we have to tune into the Morning Bolt and then go
and then
catch the governor if we really want to watch him.
Yeah,
we understand.
Awesome. Hey, you guys are awesome. Thanks for being here with us today. We will see you guys soon, and maybe you'll be back.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I look forward to our trip to New York and Leanne Bowling. And I just want to leave everyone with you got to wear your mask out there, and you got to stay safe, and you got to stay healthy. And we're going to get past all this, and the world will never be the same.
There it is.
Ding, ring the bell.
All right. That officially brings us to 20.
Well done. Well done.
I captured them all. I think that officially brings us to 20. 20 Hamilton references. Thanks, guys. Be well.
It was wonderful. Thank you for joining us.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
2021.
Yes. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Bye-bye.
Take care, bye.
That was awesome.
They're awesome. We've talked Broadway, bowling, Storm, you name it.
Love that.
We talked about it.
I love that.
And we're giving away a bowling ball. We've lost everybody because it's been too long. So they're going to go back and watch, and so they can listen to us on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, in addition to watching some old episodes. On the Spotify and Apple Podcasts, I think we've got up to 50 something already loaded.
That's awesome.
So
Good job, Frank.
You got a lot of catching up to do. If you haven't had the opportunity to listen to some of the old shows.
You could do it at your leisure anytime you want.
Other than that, Nez, wow.
Yeah.
So, Storm Bowling giveaway, the mystery word, as pointed out here, is shot. And it all has to do with
Hamilton. Not what? I don't.
You're not going to throw away your shot.
I'm not going to throw. No, I'm not. I'm definitely not. Why would you waste a shot?
Thanks for tuning in. We're going to be live tomorrow with the Battle of the Schools, some way, shape, or form. I keep doing that on you.
It's okay.
So we must have.
So we
must have moved for the overlay.
Yeah, I think the camera is
to give you snow on your head.
It's okay.
I think it's the camera. I think it's something I did today. Anyway,
we can definitely see more of the floor.
For those of you that are left, if you're listening to us in the background, click the like, come back and click the like button, share, tell your friends and family.
Yep.
We want to give away that bowling ball and prize pack to our friends. In the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you tomorrow. And live from Rabs, episode 138, because tomorrow will be, I guess, 137, with Principal Ryan Mellis of the New Ventures Charter Schools.
Next
come
week.
Back.
Yes.
Next week. And next year.
Next year. 2021.
21. Give us a little update on where we're at and from his perspective in the education.
World.
We had him as a guest back in April, I believe. Yeah. April, May, somewhere along the lines. So anyway, Naz, we kept it real today.
We did. Goodbye, 2020.
Deuces. but we'll do this again tomorrow. So we'll see you then. In the meantime, stay safe. Wear your mask. Don't touch your face.
Yes. Wash your hands.
Stay away from people.
Yeah. 6 feet. 6 feet.
Yes.
That was awesome.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.